everyone, in this video, today we will talk about work-life balance in the construction industry. This topic is important because it affects both workers and employers. Malaysia is ranked 59 out of 60 countries in global work-life balance. This shows that many workers here have a poor balance between work and personal life. In these constructions, the problems is even bigger now. Workers face long hours, overtime, multiple jobs, and safety risks. Subcontracting also makes the situation worse, causing stress and fatigue. The government is trying to improve this. They updated the Occupational Safety and Health Act to cover all sectors. Malaysia also agreed the ILO Convention C155, which focuses on workplace safety. On top of that, more than 10,000 mental health first responders have been trained to help the workers. The technology is also part of the solutions. Building information modeling, or BIM, helps plan projects better, reduce risk, and cut down unnecessary workload. So the public works departments has already used BIM in hundreds of projects, and the goal is for almost big projects to use it in the future. In conclusions, work-life balance is not only about shorter working hours, it's also about safety, mental health supports, and using technology to make work more efficient and less stressful. The efforts are very important for both employees and employers. For employees, they provided a safer workplace, better mental health supports, and less stress from overwork. This means workers can stay healthier and more motivated. For employers, the benefits are also clear. A safe and balanced workforce leads to higher productivity, cost savings in the long run, and compliance with the safety laws, which help avoid penalties. In short, when employees are well taken care of, companies also perform better. It creates a win-win situation for both sides.
Let's move on to the next slide. We will start with the positive start. Mental health initiative. A modern workplace is not just about physical safety, it's about mental well-being too. We must provide mental health support and resources such as counseling services and raise awareness to help our workforce cope with the inherent stress of the job. Clear safety frameworks. By establishing and strictly enforcing clear safety protocols and standards, we not only prevent accidents but also show our commitment to our workers' welfare. This builds trust and a culture of responsibility. Next, adoption of BIM technology. The adoption of building information modeling technology is a game changer. It improves project efficiency, reduces errors, and streamlines communication. By making processes more predictable and less chaotic, it directly contributes to a better work-life balance for project managers and designers. Last but not least, regulatory enhancement. We must actively engage with and support regulatory enhancement. The government's efforts to update acts like the Occupational Safety and Health Amendment Act 2022 are crucial. These regulations provide a strong foundation for a safer and more human working environment for all. Now, let's address the other side of the coin, the significant challenges we face as employers, which is the negative side. Firstly, cost-cutting impacts. The fierce competition in the construction market often leads to immense pressure to cut costs. This can result in employers and contractors transferring costs down the supply chain, which then squeezes profit margins and, unfortunately, can lead to the neglect of employee welfare and safety. Secondly, foreign labour reliance. Our industry heavily relies on foreign labour, and while this fills a critical need, it also presents challenges. The Bernama article points out the risk of substandard treatment and a lack of welfare for these workers if their rights are not protected, which reflects poorly on the entire industry. Third, weak work-life culture. A weak work-life culture is a major problem. It's a culture where working excessive overtime is the norm and employees are not given adequate rest. This leads to stress, fatigue, and a decline in overall well-being, which in turn impacts productivity and safety. Lastly, safety complacency. Despite regulations, safety complacency remains a persistent issue. When companies fail to prioritize safety to save time or money, it can lead to tragic consequences. a stark contrast to the clear safety frameworks we know are essential.
Next, I will share the positive and negative impact of work-life balance on employees in the construction industry. Let me begin with the positive impacts. Firstly, promoting work-life balance leads to better well-being. Employees feel healthier both mentally and physically. Secondly, it creates higher productivity and job satisfaction. A happy worker is more motivated worker. Third, safer practices reduce risk. For example, using red flag system to detect hazards help prevent accidents before they happen. Fourth, supportive training and technology such as BIM, which is Building Information Modeling Training, and digital tools make work more efficient, predictable and less stressful for employees. Now, let's look at the negative impacts. First, employees often face burnout and mental health issues. Long hours, stress, and pressure can lead to anxiety, depression, and even chronic illness. Second, low productivity becomes a hidden problem. Even with extra hours of work, tired and unhappy employees cannot perform at their best. Third, there is serious risk of accidents and injuries. Fatigue and poor mental health reduce focus, which increase the chance of mistakes at construction sites. And lastly, employees suffer from a heavy workload due to the labor shortage. Many rely on overtime and physical labor, which adds stress and pressure to their daily lives. Now we can see that construction industry face both challenges and opportunities. If work-life balance is ignored, employees face burnout, low productivity, accidents and heavy workloads. But with proper balance, companies can create healthier, safer and more motivated teams.
Okay, we go on next to the consequences. First, declining employee health, things like stress, burnout, and even chronic illness. This leads directly to lower productivity, where employees may work slower and make more mistakes. Next, higher accident and fatality risk, which not only endanger life but also cause costly compensation and project delays. Another major consequence is damage company reputation because losing clients and talented workers can hurt the business in the long run. And overall, this issue results in big losses, money, time, and sometimes even life. So, it is clear why employee health and safety must be taken seriously. Now, let's move on to the solution. First, we need to strengthen enforcement and safety standards. This includes strictly applying OSH amendments, making sure every site has safety coordinators and conducting proper risk assessment. This step will help prevent accidents and create a safer working environment. Second, mental health support is crucial. By training more mental health first responders and providing access to counseling and stress management programs, employees will be healthier, more focused, and more motivated at work. Third, adopting technology and significantly improve efficiency. For example, using building information modeling helps reduce repetitive work, identify risks early, and improve project scheduling, which also reduce worker fatigue. Finally, we should support SMEs through training and resources, giving small contractors access to technology tools, safety awareness programs, and closing the technology gap will ensure the whole industry grows together. Overall, this solution aims to build a safer, healthier, and more sustainable workforce.